Alright, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. We're now diving into the scary maze game, and I have a story to tell where it's like, do you remember the time where there were chain emails going around, and it said, send this to like 50 people, or a grudge girl will visit your bed tonight. Like she'll be by your bed side, and she'll be holding your hand, listening to "Cold Water" by Justin Bieber. So like the thing is, you should never fall asleep to "Cold Water" by Justin Bieber. So then, do we know like what happens when you go to bed with a cup of water beside your bed, and you have your hand in the cup of water? You will pee your bed. So then, when's the last time we peed our bed? Um, we could probably say like never. We're all adults, but then somewhere in our adult life, we would have probably peed our bed. So then, like in all honesty, like it happened to me maybe last year. Just like randomly, I got up, and if we remember the feeling, it's like I can't believe I peed my bed type of feeling. Like the underwear is soaked and stuff like that. So then, what is also interesting is like having a cup of water beside our bed is the most refreshing thing of all time. Like the person at Mr. B said, "Oh, this water is so tasty." That is also one of the best things in life is grabbing a fresh, cold water um, at night. So let's say um, I get up in the middle of the night because I hear some weird sound, and then drink a glass of water. It's the best thing ever. If you put water by your bed and you leave your hand in it, you'll pee your bed. When you pee your bed, the craziest feeling about peeing your bed is that you peed your bed. So then, um, never fall asleep to "Cold Water" by Justin Bieber, because then a grudge girl by the name of Brooke or Dallas, these twins, they will hold your hand, and then you have sleep paralysis where you physically cannot move, and you're forced to stare at this girl with black hair covering her face. Then, as we talk about those chain emails, we're now going to talk about the scary maze game. It's basically as you're playing. Interestingly enough, the mouse like floats. You know, then as you run your mouse over the finish line, there's going to be a jump scare. It's interesting that we call it a jump scare. It's important to call it a jump scare. Yeah, and the sound is like ah. So, why is it important we call it a jump scare? It's important we call it a jump scare because it allows movies to then what's it called? It allows movies uh, to offer a fainting feeling. So like um, funny enough, I was like looking at Proving Demons. I checked up on channels from so long ago because why? There was a crazy YouTube apocalypse that happened recently. Like so many accounts were deleted. I was having the hardest time monetizing. As you guys know, I would be the first to go. I would be the first to be monetized. I had like Drake in the mix. I had like Kim Kardashian in the mix, like understanding Gigi Hadid, understanding Kendall Jenner. I would have been probably the first. I had like the Kim Kardashian episodes. They had 1,000 views each, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, one, and then like they had one view, and I have no idea what happened. I would have been the first to be monetized. So I'm saying like something happened on YouTube. It happened in the winter. I don't know if everyone else is feeling it, but being monetized on YouTube is so hard now. And also, so like if you're monetized on YouTube, you could be feeling it well, my income has drastically dropped, or if you're trying to monetize, the watch hours are just so much harder. Because I was feeling I went from 0 to 248 watch hours so fast. I was doing RuneScape, I was doing motivational quotes, and then I was just breaking down Call Her Daddy podcast, and I was doing Drake in the Mix, a docu series, and then I got zero, and then I got zero views. Like, it was so interesting. I was like, I would be the first to be monetized. So then something happened on YouTube, like the headquarters of Google in Seattle. Something happened. I had no idea. But then, so here's some other stories. It's like, let's say you go into an Indian market. This Indian man wants to sell you a tiger. This person says, for $50, I will sell you this tiger, which means I have to release the tiger out of its cage. I wanted to buy the tiger, but I don't want to buy the tiger anymore because it must be let out of a cage to be bought. Then I leave. That's like my dealings with Indian women and Indian men. For me to deal with this Indian person, I have to let the tiger out to deal with the tiger. Then no. So like, there's that. And then who is Aladdin? Aladdin is when you turn around and you rub a lamp, a genie comes out, and the genie says, if you could wish for 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And I said, I wish for more wishes. Then I can now have 99 wishes. Then that is Aladdin. Aladdin has a floating rug. You sit on a purple floating rug and you fly away. So Aladdin. So then with all those stories, do you know Grudge Girls are real? Like, the most... I was once in this house where I was held captive. And then this lady says to me, do you want to see something crazier than butterfly? She once said, do you want to see a butterfly? I'm like, okay, at the dinner table. And then her butter started flying. And then something even crazier, she said, she's like, don't mess with me. Do you want to see something crazy? I'm like, okay. And she's like, okay, bring them up. In from her cold basement, she dragged up 2 girls in all white. And then their hair were covering their eyes. And then she said, lift up their hair. And I lifted up their hair, and their face was non-existent. They didn't have a face. And then my mom said, okay, is that enough? And babies, and I turned to her and I'm like, yeah, like, bring them back in the garage or something. So those, like, monsters are really real. So going back to the chain emails, we would see like those emails that say like, send us to 50 contacts, and then there's just like a ghost face, but then there's one that is a girl standing in front of the mirror. So they were selfies, but then there's one that cannot be faked. Her full body, like a full scale size image, her standing in the front of the mirror, and to let you know it was really real. So I sent it to 50 people on MSN. So, yeah, that is like what I took from the Scary Maze game, the chain emails, dealings with Indian people, things about water and at night, grudge girls that exist. Grudge girls that when you lift up their hair, they have no face. And then yeah, this is kind of like my motivational speech, is to say, don't sleep on Cold Water by Justin Bieber.